Okay, we'll come out of recess. Steve? Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Yep. Morning, Steve. Good to see you again.
Yes.
Good morning and happy New Year to everybody. Congratulations to our new council members and those that have been reelected. I am here with Jim Thaden, our executive director, representing Mission West Community Development Partners in Ronan, formerly Lake County Community Development. As part of our responsibilities down there, Lake County or Mission West is in the head of a regional economic development district certified through the EDA. This is a 3-county district that includes Lake County, Mineral County, and Sanders County. And on March 16th, we'll be holding a regional meeting. We would like to invite tribal council. If you would like to send any representatives, we would be happy to have you as part of that regional meeting to be able to participate in our work establishing economic development priorities for the region. It will take place in Paradise over in Sanders County at the Paradise Center, the old school, on the 16th, and we'll be starting at 10 a.m. There'll be some time before that for networking and getting refreshments, coffee, etc. And it'll probably go until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have invited the EDA rep from the tribe, James Bible, over at Sovereign Leasing. And I'm hoping that he'll be able to attend. And I also have reached out to Velda, Shelby, and Janet Campbell in the Economic Development Office. And I was thinking they may be here today. I did mention that we were on the agenda today, and I haven't seen them yet. So I hope we get a chance to actually talk to them today before we close here. So anyways, the primary thing was to let you know about the regional meeting and to invite you to attend. The secondary issue that we wanted to talk about was, as an EDA district that overlaps with the reservation, we have a responsibility to make sure that we have representation from the tribe on our board of directors. And as a member of that board of directors, you would also be part of our EDA district SEDS committee, which helps prioritize those projects that we put onto our action item list. In the past, we've had Shelley Fyant and Janet Campbell as representatives for the tribe on our board of directors. And we would like to ask if you please, if you would like, we would certainly love to have another member of tribal council on our board, or another representative that would represent the tribe's interest at with our SEDS process and also with our board of directors. So we invite you to, as you're doing your committee assignments, if you would consider that, please.
Absolutely. I think it would behoove us to remain and be active on that board. So we'll definitely review that and look for a nomination within our body to do that. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think the pandemic has kind of thrown a lot of us off our normal cycles, and we're hoping that as we go through this Omicron variant, that we'll start to get back into a more normal lifestyle again. So that said, we still meet. All of our meetings are Zoom meetings at this point. I'm not on the board. Jim participates with the board, but everything is through Zoom meetings at this point, and so you can operate remotely as well. So with that, we only scheduled 15 minutes, so the rest of my time I was hoping that we could just talk a little bit about some of the work that we have been doing in the last quarter. I just finished our CRDC report, and in the quarter we had 670 hours of technical assistance to our business clients. That included 134 different clients. We've also offered training for people. We've package training, and in participation with the Tribe's Economic Development Office, we participate in the A&A meetings that Janet Camel holds. And as part of that, we offer our training classes to be branded as tribal training classes that you can offer the membership. And we've had quite a bit of people that have gone through those training classes over the years. Just in the last quarter, we held 8 Mission West workshops, and of those 59 individuals attended. And we also pay for people to attend Flathead Valley Community College specific training courses that deal with business development. And in the last quarter, we paid for 34 business classes for 8 different individuals. Also, we are hosting the Leadership Flathead Reservation. That has been a program that has been in existence for about 4 years now. And the 3rd class is going through the program right now. This program is designed to allow new leaders to understand about the Flathead Reservation and learn more about the way the governments operate, both the county, cities, and the tribal governments, and also to let them know about cultural sensitivities, things that are important to the people here in the community, not only tribal, but non-tribal as well. So we want to let you know that we're continuing to provide a lot of services to the membership and the community at large, both here on the reservation and Lake County, and as well as in our other counties that we represent. With that, I'm going to let Jim talk a little bit more about the organization.
Thank you. I just wanted to say before I start, and we won't take more than our time, but that our organization is focused on community development and economic development as an instrument to do that. And I want to reassure you that we are not interested in unbridled growth. That is not what we're about and trying to do. We want to grow, promote growth responsibly and in partnership with you. And in that regard, we have 3 principles that all of our programs have to pass the muster for these principles. The first is that they're culturally respectful. The second is that they're environmentally progressive. By that I mean that they are focused on the preservation of environment. And the third is that they are economically sustainable. And by that I mean that they are not taking money out of the community, but putting money into the community that stays in the community to the extent it can. So I just want to make sure that you understand that this is really what we're about. We want to be good citizens, and in everything that we do. All in all, what our business is we provide a conduit. We provide a connection between federal and state programs and local residents. And those residents, some of them work for government, some of them work for organizations, some of them work for small businesses, but our 11 professionals are out there trying to connect people with the resources that are available to them. And that's the business that we're in, is the business of trying to connect these things. A few of the highlights, Steve covered a lot of our business highlights. I would tell you that we have about 65 open loans in the region. That's a loan portfolio of about $3,290,000. Those are loans to unbankable businesses. So the people who borrow from us have to be turned down by a bank first, and then we work with them to make them bankable over time. And that, in our area of business development, Steve outlined that quite well, and the loan program is growing. We have about $2 million available currently to loan. And there are some new programs coming down the pike. The SSBCI program is one of them. We won't take your time today to describe that, I think, given the time restraints, but It is a program that will allow us to guarantee, work with banks and with businesses to guarantee loans for the banks so that they will loan to small businesses. I just wanted to highlight another part of our business, which is the value-added agriculture development. And in that, we've had a really big success in the last year that we're proud of. We have run a food box program that has distributed 9,809 food boxes in the region. And we've served over 1,700 families. 800 of those were tribal families. And as part of this, we have collaborated with SKC, and we are continuing to provide food boxes to students. So about 800 students get food boxes. Some of the things that are new, we're supporting the Arley Community Development Corporation in the development of the food pantry and their food sovereignty program. We are supporting the Ronan Revitalization Committee. We gave them about $11,000 in grants to beautify downtown Ronan. Leadership Flathead Reservation. And then I wanted to talk to you about just what we've had in the last 90 days. In the last 90 days, we received a $40,000 USDA grant to study the feasibility of a workforce development program for remote workers in the region. We received a $64,000 USDA grant for the city of Polson to do an economic development study. And they are doing that in conjunction with Jody Perez housing assessment. And we're trying to get the county involved as well to do a comprehensive housing assessment as part of that economic development plan. Because as you know, housing is essential to economic development. We're working on the establishment of an internet co-op to provide, not only provide service for people, internet service for people that don't have access to it, but also provide some competition for the large service providers. And then just within the last 2 weeks, we've applied for an ARPA, $100,000 ARPA grant to increase capacity for food processing here in Lake County. And then also a Montana grant through agriculture grant to distribute food products from Mission Valley to schools throughout Montana. And that we are very optimistic about that program. And finally, we just received a $1 million 3-year grant to develop a network of cooperatives in Western Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington to bring our products to the coast and the coast products back to us, the products that are grown by local farmers and distributed through cooperatives. So those are the things that we're up to. And again, I just want to say thank you for having us, and we appreciate being here.
Steve,
That was it for us today. We didn't want to take up too much of your time. If you have any questions for us, be happy to answer those.
well, it can't be overstated the importance of what you guys are doing. I've certainly been involved with different programs in the past, personally and through our work. So I want to compliment you on continuing the leadership program. I have personally seen the benefit of that through time. I've helped participate in some of the classes, but it's a very valuable one. But the value-added food sovereignty is really important. I really would love to see actually more of that, because it's really beneficial for us to eat locally, buy locally, and that value-added commodity is tremendous. So that's really beneficial. Really appreciate that work, and yeah, it's really exciting. Ellie?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I also just want to say how pleased I am to see that the LFR groups are continuing. I'm a graduate of the second year. And it was an amazing experience, the networking opportunities. And it was just such a diverse group of folks who participated. And, we had field trips to the dam, to the museums, here to council chambers, the greenhouse. It was just an amazing learning opportunity for myself included, who probably wouldn't have seen some of those places otherwise. So really appreciate that program and hope if anybody gets the opportunity to participate, they do so. Thanks.
Anita?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Stephen, and for your presentation. It's great to find out what's going on, and I know Janet's been highly involved in it. I seen this morning, they were talking over at Whitehall about putting in a meat processing to try to get local to where the individuals aren't trying to get their meat after it's already traveled 1,500 miles and come back. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but it's in Whitehall. And they did some feasibility studies about trying to get it closer or central in Montana, but that's something we could certainly use around here. And I know that our agriculture is a little bit different when people sell their cows or their calves in the fall and they don't retain them and feed them out. So that's kind of the link that we need to find. Is somewhere to do that, and then we could keep our cattle local. We'd know what we're eating. So thank you.
I would just mention that we just yesterday met with the folks on the ARPA grants. And there are 9 meat processing facility grant applications in for ARPA money, which I don't know that all 9 of them will make it through the process, but certainly, the amount that's really I'm optimistic about the amount of applications that are in, and it doesn't make any sense to transport meat all the way down to Iowa and back up here. It just makes no sense at all. And keeping value added regionally makes a lot of sense. So thank you.
In following up on that, I've been in conversations the last few days with a bison producer in the Dixon area who's been looking for someone that can process his meat. He's been doing it over at Superior Meats, but they're backed up to March. I identified a couple of USDA or state certified facilities that can do slaughtering, and they're all backed up into March or April as well, including White's. White's is our only one here on the reservation. And so, and there's not a lot of them that can produce or slaughter and package bison. And so we have some unique needs here on the reservation, and we're trying to fill those. We're trying to find more capability here locally and regionally so that we can get more of that work done locally. That's really been a big focus. Just had a meeting this morning with Jan Tusik about that.
And just a follow up, I was going to say, I watched them. They were talking about the 4 largest companies that's got the meat packing. And it's went all the way from 17 to 22%, all the way to 85% that they control. And that's something that, the producers aren't getting any bit of that. Nothing. They get $1.30, $1.40 a pound. And by the time it's slaughtered, these people don't even touch the animal. All they do is slaughter them. They're making $800-900 an animal. So there's where your money's at. So it's getting pretty difficult, the current markets and what's been going on with the economies. But I would appreciate any kind of help, and if I can be involved, let me know.
Any other comments? Thank you so much for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, James, Steve. Next on the agenda is S&K Gaming, and we'll go out a regular session into shareholders